Okay, so you want to stay informed, but who has the time to wade through everything, right?
Exactly. Efficiency is key.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into something specific in digital lending that caught our attention.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
It's called Tropos. It's a new borrower portal from Cloud Virga.
Ah, cloud for part of Stewart now. I've heard whispers about this.
Right. So our mission really is just to unpack what this Tropos thing actually is, what it offers, and maybe why it matters.
Sounds good. So Tropos,
Yeah.
they're positioning it as uh, more than just another digital tool, aren't they?
That's the line, yeah.
Yeah.
Smarter, more human lending experience. That's the phrase they use.
Human, interesting in a digital context.
Mhm.
What makes it supposedly more human?
Well, one thing they highlight is this modular design. What does that actually mean for, say, a lender using it?
It means flexibility, basically.
Okay.
Instead of this one-size-fits-all platform, lenders can pick and
Yeah,
choose.
pick and choose features.
Yeah, specific Tropos features that make sense for their setup, their borrowers. It avoids forcing them into a huge, complex system they don't fully need.
Okay, so potentially more cost-effective and easier to bolt onto what they already have.
That seems to be the idea. Less need for a massive IT overhaul, which is always a bonus.
Always a huge plus. And another thing you mentioned, keeping borrowers in the loop. That's key for the human feel, I suppose.
Absolutely. Real-time updates. That's a big feature.
So you always know where you stand in the process.
Theoretically, yes. The goal is transparency. Reduce that awful feeling of, what's happening with my loan, just giving people a clear view.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Less anxiety for borrowers probably means fewer panicked calls for the lender, too.
Win-win, potentially.
The material also talks about this borrower-first approach, something about blending self-service with human support. How does that work in practice?
Well, it means borrowers can do a lot themselves online. Checking status, uploading documents, the usual stuff, whenever they want.
Right, the convenience factor.
But crucially, if they hit a snag or have a more complex question, human help is meant to be easily accessible within the portal.
Ah, okay. So it's not just self-serve abandoning them, it's empowerment plus backup.
Exactly. Empowering, but with expert guidance readily available. That's the balance they're aiming for.
Okay, so lenders get flexibility, borrowers get hopefully a smoother ride. What about getting this thing up and running? Deployment time.
The info we have suggests it's pretty quick. They're saying weeks, not the usual months.
Weeks. That is fast for this kind of tech.
It's a significant selling point, allows lenders to adapt much faster to, market demands or opportunities.
And this wasn't just cooked up in a lab somewhere, right? I think I read it involved actual lenders in the development.
That's right. Built with lender input, focusing on their actual real-world pain points and challenges.
So not based on some generic template of what a portal should be.
Apparently not. Focused on practical needs.
So looking at the bigger picture for lenders, it's not just about saving time or streamlining things. What's the end game?
Well, the ultimate goal seems to be building better borrower relationships
House.
by making the whole experience less stressful, more transparent, more supportive. The idea is you build trust.
And trust leads to loyalty.
Exactly. Loyalty, repeat business, maybe referrals. It's about long-term customer value, not just processing this one loan.
A good experience really does stick with you, doesn't it? Especially for something as big as a mortgage.
Absolutely.
Okay, so people listening want to dig deeper into Tropos. Get the specifics.
The place to go is lendwithtropos.com.
Lendwithtropos.com. Got it.
Yep, they have the details.
All right, so let's try and sum this up. Our deep dive suggests Tropos is CloudVirga's attempt to really modernize that borrower experience.
Right, using modularity, real-time info.
And a focus on the person, blending the tech with human backup, all designed to be practical for lenders to actually implement quickly.
Precisely. It kind of underscores this trend, doesn't it? That the digital experience itself is becoming critical for building those lasting customer